the 5th of February, and what's going on around my pond. It's 1 degree out here at the moment and pretty cold, I can tell you. The frost has just gone off. It was white over this morning, but that's just gone. So it must be warming up a little bit, but it really doesn't feel like it. I also went to get some water out of the water butt to top the fish tank up in the shed with the babies in it, and it's frozen as well. So it has been really cold out here. Hi guys. Well, we're into February, so let's go and have a look in the shed. I'm thinking of putting the heater on. Okay, well, as I hope you can see there, the pond is still running 4 degrees. Now, we've had a full week of like minus figures and 0, +1 at the best, and the pond's still holding 4 degrees. So the insulation and the pond cover is really paying off. It's keeping it that 3 degrees above what it would be. I did go to check the tank outside, the holding tank, because it's got water in, but it's not heated. I was going to check the temperature on that, and it's frozen. So it is cold out there. So I'm very pleased with the covers on the pond and the insulation around the tanks. It's really paying off. It's just kept it that bit above, and that's with no pond heater at all. It's just kept it that 3 degrees above, or 4 degrees above what it normally would be. So well worth doing. I'm well pleased with that. Hi guys, I just wanted to show you this. It's now about the 4th or 5th of February. I was going to put the heater back on the 1st of February, but it's come quite mild, and today exceptionally mild. So if you look at the thermostat there, we're showing 8 degrees and an outside temperature of 15 today. Well, in the shed 15. So it's actually heated itself up to 8.1, and it's slowly been gaining temperature since the 1st, so I've not bothered putting the heater back on yet. They say it's coming cold again next week. So what I want to do is, once it gets up as high as it looks like it's going to get, I shall then just put the heater on. This has saved me a fortune in heating that water back up again. So we've got to 8.1, so it's heating it up for me. And as I say, outside it's about 15 degrees today. So I will be dropping the heater on as soon as the outside temperature does drop. As you can see, I have got the tops up. Don't know whether you can see any fish in there, but the fish are in there swimming about. Probably just heat it up a little more. I want to take it back to 12 if possible. So, like I say, I'm saving a fortune at the moment. Now, I have been asked if it's beneficial running your pipe, your outflow pipe, the pipe to your pump underground. Well, in my case, yes. Obviously, the obvious reason is because I wanted to get the pipe from the pond to the shed. But another good reason for piping underground and keeping your pipe below water level is for the simple reason my pipe work from where it comes out the pond just there and goes across underground to the drain, round and across and to the pipe work. There's a bit of insulation there blown off, but that's just covering the pipes. But it actually comes out the ground there, and the reason it's beneficial to do this is because it's all below water level, and the pond is actually pushing the water along that pipe. The pump isn't having to suck the water along that pipe, so the pond is assisting in pushing the water round towards the pump up to that point where it comes out the ground, reducing head pressure on the pump. Basically, the water is pressure fed from the pond to that point, and then the pump takes over and sucks it up and into the filters, which are just the other side of that shed wall. But that is one of the main advantages of running your pipes underground and keeping them below pond water level, because your pump doesn't have to work so hard basically. Now then, what sort of pipe would I run underground? Well, I only use the pressure pipe, which is the 3-inch. I prefer the 3-inch, some people use 4-inch. I prefer 3-inch for the simple reason I think the water moves that little bit quicker in your 3-inch pipe and doesn't allow the dirt to settle in it as bad. That's why I use 3-inch, and this is like 9 bar, so it's quite tough stuff. And this is quite good pipe to go underground. It's tough enough to stand being buried and will last a long while. Now, would I bury the flexi pipe, this type of stuff? No, I wouldn't. I don't think it's tough enough to withstand it, and it could easily get a leak. I don't think it's tough enough to bury underground. You do want to use the proper pressure pipe, to be honest, 2-inch or 3-inch, 4-inch if you wish, but like I say, I prefer the 3-inch. Okay guys, what I'm going to do today is clean one of my filters out, tub 1. I haven't cleaned them for the last month now, as it's winter and you don't get quite so much dirt up. But what I'm doing, I've actually started it circulating in the tub, and there is quite a bit of dirt in there. I don't know whether you can see it. It always looks lighter on video. The camera doesn't show it up very well. But I've got tub 1 circulating, so we'll get that clean out. Okay, that's got it all drained down. The water's all gone. I'll just give it a slight flush out, put about another foot and a half of water in there, give it a little stir and let that go to make sure I've got all the dirt. And I've decided I'm going to do the micro tub as well. That's looking pretty grotty, so I'm going to do both the tubs today. There we go guys, all done and finished. Nice lovely clean media, and as it's winter, that'll last us another month or so, I would imagine. But it does pay to clean them out in the winter, just to get rid of the debris and the dirt, and a good flow back to the pond. It took about 20 minutes, so no big deal. All done and finished and running nicely again. Well, good morning everybody. Over the last couple of days, the pond temperature did get to 8 degrees, but it has dropped to 7 degrees. So as you can see there, I have had to put the heater on. I've just switched it on and it's gone from 7 to 7.4 at the moment, but that's just in the end tub, that's not the pond itself. Because I've just switched the heater on, it's just measuring what temperature is in the first tub. That will slowly filter through to the pond and lift the temperature in the pond, obviously. And I shall increase it slightly day by day. I want it back up to 12 degrees, but at the moment it's taken the first tub up to 7.5, and as you can see it's 13.5 here in the day. So I have actually, because it's a little bit warmer, I have actually lifted some of the covers up on the pond, as you can see. Let a bit of air in basically and give them a bit of proper daylight. They are swimming about quite well. They don't seem to mind it too much, but they'll be a lot happier when I get that temperature back up to about 12 or 13 degrees. I must admit, it is nice to get the covers up and have a look at my fish. I do miss seeing them every day, and I can actually watch them out the kitchen window. So I do miss seeing them, so it is nice to lift the covers up. Now I'm not sure whether you guys can see that. I think you can, but I've had the heater on about half an hour and they're all slowly moving from the deep end down to where the water's coming in. Now that's only half a degree according to the temperature gauge on it. It's only lifting it half a degree, but they're slowly moving up to where the water comes back into the pond. So they are enjoying that little fraction of temperature increase. I'm not sure whether you can see them. The little ones are down there, they've survived okay. Come through the winter okay. They've not grown a lot like the ones in the tank. That's the small ones that's been in the pond and wintered. And I'll show you the ones in the tank now. And there you go, there's the ones in the tank. Still growing. Getting quite big. They've not had a winter. Mind you, they'll probably get a bit of a shock next year. But that's the ones in the tank. Coming along nicely. They'll be in the pond as soon as the temperatures are the same. It's about 15 in here, 16 in the tank. So they've had a nice easy life this winter. Well guys, it's now about 8 o'clock at night, 8:30, and if you can see the temperature gauge there, this heat has already lifted it to 9 degrees. So I'm holding it at that now, and I shall increase it again tomorrow, but this heater does lift the temperature of the pond quite quickly. So when you think there's 2,000 gallons out there and it's already lifted it in half a day roughly, 2 degrees, we've got to go steady. I don't want to hit them all at once with 12 degrees. So I'm holding it there now, and then I shall lift it another degree tomorrow. Okay guys, just one important thing. People that are building this filter system, I've had a couple that have tried to use the stainless steel cylinder mesh filters for the filter cages. Please don't use them. They do block and they will flood your tanks. This is why I designed these filter cages in the way I have designed them. The mesh ones do block. Please take the warning. They're about £20 each, so they're not cheap, but they don't work. You do need to do the proper filter cages as I show in the plans, and I'm showing you here. You do need to do these. The mesh ones do block. The mesh is too fine and they do block, and you will flood your tanks. So please don't waste your money and don't buy them. They don't work for this job. Well guys, it's the next day, and as you can see, we're up to 10 degrees. So the pond is warming up nicely. It was just a quick video to let you know how things are going. So all there is left to say is that's it for this video. Thanks for watching and happy ponding.